Hey, guess what? It's time for Bollocks this evening. We got Lenny in the studio, Blake pushing all the buttons, and we are excited to be here. One thing we don't have in front of us is the reeds. We don't have those. They're behind me. We've been talking for 40 minutes, and yet they're still behind me. And Lenny is going for those reeds right now.
The most awkward way to get them. Hi, everyone. How's it going?
But it is going to be one of those questions that we have to do. Thank you. Yep. I'm going to start off with this as Lenny.
Because we are in the Bozard Ford studio.
That's right. Lenny. And we're talking Bozard Ford Lincoln. He doesn't have to sit down. There's no camera out there right now. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in the business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by the Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com. Trade, Lenny, trade.
I just need the diners. Need a trusted electrician in St. Augustine? Of course you do. Call Mr. Electric of St. Augustine, a local veteran-owned business providing expert residential and commercial electrical services across St. John's, Flagler, and Putnam counties. From panel upgrades and lighting installs to safety inspections and EV chargers, their licensed pros do it all. With upfront pricing and a satisfaction guarantee backed by neighborhoodly done right promise, flexible scheduling, no surprises, just dependable hometown service. Call 904-289-1217 today or visit online to request service. That's 904-289-1217. Out of town, call collect. Mr. Electric of St. Augustine, your local power experts.
All right, Lenny, we're going to get the diners tomorrow. It is actually Tuesday. So
well, that's confusing.
So yeah, you gave us some Monday reads, but we really do appreciate that because we got to double dip on them to get everyone's reads in.
No worries. Okay.
And I am going to go with the St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum. Set sail for an adventure at St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, home to the world's largest and most authentic collection of pirate artifacts. Explore over 800 relics across 40 immersive exhibits, including Thomas II's original pirate chest, Blackbeard's blunderbuss, and gold from the Queen Anne's Revenge. You'll see one of only 3 authentic Jolly Roger flags left in the world, curated by Pat Croce and the Croce family. It's a journey through a real pirate history right in downtown St. Augustine at 12 South Castillo Drive. Come experience the golden age of piracy. What do you got over there?
Since 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has been guiding St. Augustine through hurricanes, floods, fires, and more. Led by longtime local Ashley Casey, this insurance done the brighter way. No confusing jargon, no one-size-fits-all policies, just clear guidance, multiple quotes, and customized coverage that protects what matters most. With deep roots in the community and decades of experience, Ashley and his team make insurance simple, affordable, and personal. Visit them on the island at 108 Seagrove Main Street or call 904-217-7547. Brightway, the brighter way to do insurance.
All right, we got A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing for over 20 years. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing has been St. Augustine's trusted name in roofing. From cedar shake and tile to flat roofs and designer shingles, they got you covered, literally. Specializing in painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties up to 25 years and cedar shake shingle warranties up to 50 years. A to Z puts customer satisfaction first. Free estimates, top-tier materials, and service you can count on. Visit A2Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com and A to Z Waterproofing. Oh my gosh, I was doing so good.
That's a tough one.
A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, protecting homes from the top down. Sorry, Chuck, I slaughtered that one. I appreciate it, but we have other ones that we have to talk about. We got that are also our sponsors giving shout-outs today. Anastasia Diner, Moultrie Creek Diner.
Try the pancakes.
The Saint Restaurant, Solar Stick, Abear Kresge and Associates, Powell Heating and Air, Meehan's, A.D. Davis Construction, Land Title of America. If you haven't caught that show on Wednesday, you need to catch that show. They do a great job with that. And Kaiser's Deli and Market, and St. Augustine Distillery, and Citygate Spirits. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. And one of these days, we will get
One of these days, Alice. One of these days.
4 days in a row, we'll have
the reeds ready?
The reeds ready.
Okay.
So right now, our total is at 0 in a row.
Correct.
All right. All right. It is Tuesday. It is a beautiful day out, except for all that rain. Very moist
Yes.
in the
Why is
air.
that word so problematic?
I don't know. I like using it a lot because it bothers people.
And I don't understand why.
I don't know. People don't like moist.
I don't know.
So I think it's a fine word. So all right. We have a great show. We're doing 5 questions today. We have some topics. Each one of us has topics. My first topic is Trump and Venezuela. What's your topic?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Ooh. My next one is, and this one's kind of an informational one, so I don't really count it as a topic. Night of Lights, because they did vote today. But my next topic is game shows.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Probably growing up, like game shows were a big deal. At least they were to me.
Yeah, afternoon shows. Yeah.
You like game shows, right?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right, Blake. Which one? Let's go ahead and knock out Night of Lights, and then Blake.
All right, here. Do you mind if I say officially? Night of Lights.
Thank you, Blake. I'm glad you chose that topic. Because we need to get it out of the way.
Right.
We just need to get it out of the way.
I think so.
So the county and the city met today. The county did approve I believe the $850,000 that was suggested. They're still trying to figure out some of the mechanisms of what the plan is, but it has officially been approved coming from the county to the city. And now we got to see if that actually helps the chaos of Night of Lights.
Now, is this an increase over last year?
The only thing the county paid for last year was the shuttles, which was about $200,000.
Okay, so this is 850 coming from
this
county?
is like an additional $650,000 coming from the city,
All right.
coming from the county to the city.
Okay.
So
And that's going to go into law enforcement.
can't
potential?
use it for law enforcement, but it can go into equipment, barricades, things along those lines. You can use it for advertisement. You can use it for some maintenance stuff. You can use it for the bathroom rentals and rentals of equipment.
Okay.
Is an allowable use.
I'm pondering if using it for advertising is not going to be defeatist of the purpose, but let me ask you a question. Do the PSAs, the Public Service Assistants in St. Johns County, do they get paid or are
Yes.
they all volunteer?
No, they get paid.
Can you use it for that?
No, it's still considered law enforcement. So
Too bad,
they have
'cause they
to
do a great
divert.
job.
They have to divert the other money to pay for that portion of it.
Okay.
So to
So
subsidize that
all right.
portion of it.
So
So
it's a shell game.
yeah, no,
Okay.
it's the way the bucket. You got to take it out of the right bucket.
Yep. Okay.
So
All right. But one big thing though was like, but there's still like a lot of like negative headlines. It says like, oh, the city requested 1.2 million, but they only got 850,000. But notice that in the stories like multiple times that the $850,000 was the legal limit the county could offer. Is that correct?
no, that's not correct.
Okay.
That's I don't know where that came from. That was what was available out of reserves and from the county because it came so late. The request
Right.
came so late during the budget process. A lot of things had to be shifted around out of reserves, and
Okay.
some of the money was from positions that weren't filled from the previous year. So there was going to be a carryover money. So instead of that money rolling into reserves, it rolled into this.
Okay.
So the number 1.2 that there was no cap on what we could give.
Okay.
But that's what the TDC voted up to that amount.
And this is a quote that I got from like this is why I asked this was because in the article it says the county said it pulled its Nights of Lights funding from a pot from its tourist development fund dedicated to special uses such as the holiday event, and it can't legally provide more than that amount. That's what it says.
That's not true.
No.
No, that's not true.
Fake news.
So I don't know what the source was on that, but no, if we wanted to give the full 1.2, we would have been able to if it was available or if we felt it was necessary. So no, but that was not the reason the number it landed on.
And like any limits of that sort was not brought up at your tourist development council meetings, correct?
No, absolutely not.
And what's the final say on it? Has it been truncated by a week, or is it going to the end of the month and it's staying the same?
It's staying. It's 850,000.
No. I'm sorry. The time frame.
Oh, it is short. It is shortened, and that was I believe it was Commissioner Ann Taylor was upset with the city by them shortening it before they even asked for the money.
Right.
The city had already made that decision before they made the ask, and they did say that this was a one-time ask. They wouldn't be asking for it next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it wasn't also because like this year there was like a lot of concerns about like using porta potties, but like that funding would have been going to like more physical bathrooms, like more permanent bathrooms there in downtown. Correct?
No, there's not permanent bathrooms. They are gonna. I don't know what they decided on. At one point, they were talking about renting the space where the bank is at, where the old Bank of America was at, and using that as a bathroom area.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they actually have negotiated. At the last TDC meeting, they did not have that nailed down exactly what that cost was going to be in renting that space for the bathrooms. I said that I would prefer them to save the money from renting it and just close off the section of Charlotte between King Street and Cathedral Place, which is what they do on the night up lights or the bigger lights, and you can use the loop. The reason I like that is it eliminates one more car traffic coming into the chokehold where Cathedral Place and Charlotte meet.
Mm-hmm. At that traffic circle.
Okay, so you got, and if you guys can picture this in your mind, and I'm sorry, we don't have the graphics readily available.
Mm-hmm.
You got Charlotte Street, which comes right to that crosswalk. So if you take an immediate left, you got that. You have the roundabout that comes around, coming to that crosswalk. You have the people coming off of Avenida Menendez, turning right into the plaza. You have the people coming over the bridge. And then if you have anybody coming up Marine Street in that area taking a left, you actually have 5 different ways a car can run you over. Mm-hmm. At least now you've nailed it down to 4.
All right. So I have the map up here for you right now. So what you're trying to say is like so which areas did you want like to say to cut off during
okay, you got the mouse there. Pull it down across the screen to our left. Nope, Charlotte Street, buddy.
Charlotte, my bad.
Okay, you're in the middle of the plaza now, right?
Yes.
Okay, go to that next street to the right of the screen.
Yes, right here.
That street right there is where I think the bathroom should go.
Down so.
Okay, the intersection that I'm talking about is where Le Macaron is right there.
Yes.
That crosswalk right there.
Yes.
So if you count them, you got Charlotte, you got the little roundabout.
3.
Okay. You got the coming off Marine Street, go down to the right still.
Mm-hmm.
You got coming across the bridge.
Yep.
And then you got the roundabout coming off of Avenida Menendez.
And you got coming east on King Street too.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why there's a chokehold there.
But
and then people don't stop walking there. So all 5 of those cars are backed up for that amount of time. Well, so you have to have somebody there moving that so that the cars can move.
Aren't they going to just, especially for night up light in general, aren't they going to have the bridge only make a right off of the Bridge Alliance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't come into the plaza area.
Yeah, on light up night.
Right.
Because they close Cathedral on light up night.
Right.
So that doesn't work for night of lights, but they close it for light up night.
Now, Bank of America that you're talking about, is that the one on?
Pull the map back up, Blake.
Is that Cathedral and?
Okay. Scroll over, Blake.
To
towards Flagler College.
Okay.
Is that the Bank of America
that's
across from Flagler?
Right,
keep going.
It's
it's that parking lot right there.
Here's the old Bank of America right here.
Okay.
I didn't know the bank was gone.
Yeah.
The bank is still there, but it's not open.
Okay.
Well, it's actually owned by the Catholic Church. The property is owned by the Catholic Church.
Do they pay taxes on it?
No.
Well, that sucks, and that's unfair.
That's why I'm starting the Church of Troy.
Thank you very much. I'm a parishioner, and I'm gonna splinter off from you.
You can be a priest there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's
That's just, you know what?
But I mean,
that's just bullshit.
Yeah. No, I agree. And college doesn't pay either.
But we could talk about it another
Well,
time. Though.
there's
Let's
an apple
talk
and an
about
orange
parking.
there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
College doesn't pay. The churches don't pay. Yeah.
Yeah, but the churches owns property that's not being used for ministerial or religious purposes.
They need
is crap.
But they use that parking lot on Sundays.
Good for them.
So I'm sure they pay sales tax on their parking that they charge in there.
You mean on that cash business?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it's
Good
not,
to know. Who's accounting that one?
It's not a cash business anymore.
Nothing is, unfortunately.
It's you're using clovers, and it's a lot safer for people working the things.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
But that's the update on that. We'll probably go over it again in the morning for the people that missed this. But that is you're as current as I am going into tomorrow morning. All right,
And-
Blake, we have.
I'm sorry, just one more thing. So
Yeah.
Josh says the 11th of January is the last day of the Nights of Lights?
my birthday.
Yeah, but I believe it's the first weekend. It only goes one weekend into January.
All right. Well, all right.
Yeah.
What,
They shortened it 2 weeks on.
what a day
They
to
shortened
end
it
that
2
on.
weeks on the back end
Right.
and added a week on the front end.
So Night
So
of Light
I
is
know
not the
Light
Saturday
Up-
before Thanksgiving. It's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
It's 2 Saturdays before Thanksgiving.
Oh, I could have gone to the Easter riot.
It starts on November 15th.
Okay.
So it's 2 weeks before.
And what's the
It's a week before, and it's cut off 2 weeks off the end. So it's a total of, we've lost a total of 10 days in the last 2 years.
But what's the logic of doing it before Thanksgiving, before the holiday season, instead of letting it run through January? Is there any wisdom in that?
I wanted it to go past the holiday weekend of Martin Luther King weekend.
Sure.
So
It's a travel
which
weekend.
would have got us to like the 16th or something, or
Okay.
17th
Yeah.
of January.
I personally do like. I know it's kind of like for me as well, but I know we do get like a lot of visitors like coming through St. Augustine for like a lot of like northeasterners like I believe like midweek of January, which is like around the time of the Rolex. So which is why I personally believe like the Rolex is the end of the holiday season for me. But we do get like there is like a lot of visitors there, so I was hoping like that weekend would be the last.
The thing that bothers me is it's the time where locals could actually enjoy it because
Correct.
it's not pure chaos.
Right. It calms down after January.
not-
Right. That's
not
I've always
pure chaos.
encouraged people to come in midweek if you can, if not weekends in January after the first week.
Yeah, Josh said November 15th to January 11th. Yeah, I wanted it to go one more weekend further,
Right.
which would have been a 3-day weekend, which to me made the most sense.
Yeah.
And we get travelers that can enjoy the lights and still celebrate Martin Luther King weekend
But-
and the march and all that stuff. And they kind of took it away from them.
But what was the logic of pushing it a week earlier?
What I mean when is the FDOT construction starting on the King Street Bridge? Like did they had
It's gonna be in January. No, when they made that decision, FDOT was already supposed to have started, and it was going to disrupt this one. So when they made that decision, that was not a factor. It wasn't backed up to January. It just recently got backed up to January
Right.
2 weeks ago. So
That may be something. Yeah.
I'm disappointed that they didn't go to that next weekend. I've asked all of them to do that, gave them the logic behind it, but they didn't agree with my logic.
Yeah.
So,
Hey.
No,
so
yeah,
I
but
don't, and I think it was a bad for business also. So because I mean this is when a lot of people make their money.
Right.
Now-
'cause
so-
February falls off the face of the earth in March.
Yeah.
But my last question is: did they ask for this funding now, like so they can be prepared, like before before like everything gets crazy for next year when the bridge closes down? Or
It's a totally different system next year. They're going to have to come up with some completely different next year compared to this year because of King Street. So, and to tell you the truth, I don't have any of those solutions yet. You know, it's not a problem until it's a problem, and then we'll have to figure it out. We got to get past this one, figure it out, learn what we can from this one,
Right.
and see if we can make next year better, which we know is going to be a cluster. So,
just so Becca makes money at the parking lot.
okay, keep those comments.
Hey,
He's wound up today.
We'll have a conversation after the show on that one.
Right.
But
Hey, you have 14
okay,
jobs. Why can't he have 4?
Yeah, well,
Why can't he have 9?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
yeah, let's move on. All right.
Pick a topic, Blake.
I've been trying. Venezuela, game shows, and Sasquatch.
All right, let's go Sasquatch.
All right.
Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
All right. This is very important here. In 1969, and by the way, I am not making up these county names, and I don't know who the hell did.
1969.
Skamania County.
Sounds like an Indian name.
Okay, better than that, because the mania part confused me a little bit.
Okay.
Skamania County, Washington, adopted a law making it illegal to harm a Sasquatch.
Okay.
All right?
They should be left alone. I mean, I've seen the beef jerky commercials.
Right, exactly.
They get upset.
Oh, they do. Many people thought it was an April Fool's joke because of the timing of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was not.
Mm-hmm.
By 1984, that law was amended to make Sasquatch an endangered species and created an established Sasquatch Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, Whatcom County, I'm not sure which one, but Whatcom County in northern Washington state created its own Sasquatch protected area. I thought that was very interesting that they're looking out for the Sasquatchies.
So there is a Sasquatch protection team.
There is a Sasquatch refuge.
What about swamp apes?
Not quite sure. It depends on how you define Sasquatch.
Or Yetis.
Well, there you go. Well, they melt. They'd be a little warm.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the winter in Washington State, but yes. We can just cut right to the abdominal snowman.
Yeah. No, I mean, and if you got a good dentist, then you can keep that guy under control. That's what happened to Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
The abominable snowman. Didn't the dentist pull his tooth? He was only angry because he had a bad tooth.
Yep. Sort of like Androcles and the lion.
Yeah. What's that?
The lion who had the
the thorn in his
paw.
Oh wow, you gave a Bible reference?
That's a Aesop's fable.
Okay.
Might have been a Bible reference.
I think it was a Bible reference. Oh no, it wasn't a Bible reference. That was I took the pain away for the lion eating. Okay. Sorry.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Might
either that or Daniel's whacking the poor lion on his head. So pick one.
Yeah. So, all right. So Sasquatches.
Yes, have a protected in Washington State. They are protected in 2 counties. They have a refuge and a protected area, and I think that's very wonderful.
Yeah. So, do you believe there is a Sasquatch?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Absolutely. The fact that nobody's really seen one up close and personal, maybe they're good to hiding. I don't want to play hide and seek with one. I'd never win.
Yeah.
But there's still so much uncharted territory out there in Washington State, Oregon State, and the northern part of our country that's still unexplored, and but they're doing a real good job of hiding if they are.
Yeah. No. I think they are the best at hide and go seek.
Yeah.
So, I think there's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think enough people, it's like the Area 51. It didn't exist. It didn't exist.
Right.
It didn't exist.
Right.
Oh yeah, it does actually.
That's sort of like the Epstein files. They don't exist.
They don't exist.
Okay.
They don't exist. They don't exist until they do.
Right. Welcome back, Congress.
Yeah. Until they do.
Exactly. But and obviously the oceans and deep oceans are more difficult to explore, but they're constantly finding new species there in deep ocean research. So they're finding new butterflies. They're finding new bugs. So why don't you find something really big? The sad part is it's a good thing we have the endangered species law for the Sasquatch and everything else, because you know how many, and I can't give you a number on this, but we could probably look one up, or Blake can. How many species have become extinct in our time?
Oh, there's more. There's more that have become extinct than ever existed. I believe is what the theory is.
They're just I think it was just yesterday. I don't think it was today. Just yesterday was the day that the last passenger pigeon died. Like 26.
Well, they were hard to ride anyway.
I know, you little
tame,
saddle.
yeah, they were hard to ride.
I
anyway.
understand that, yeah, but
who's the guy's name who did the Galapagos and discovered all those animals over there?
was that Darwin?
Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin.
Yeah, I mean he discovered like so many.
Yeah.
After thousands of years of existence, he discovered so many, and you just got to turn over the right rock.
I would think, and you've got to. I would presume that there's still dense forests in Central Africa that have been unexplored, and that's got wacky stuff going on in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So South America, same thing. There's the rainforest. I mean, the problem with the rainforest is we're losing potential disease cures and things of that nature that are coming out of there because the organic stuff or the natural stuff that actually kind of works is also being depleted by, deforestation and things of that nature. So it's tough to see what's going on there. But yeah, no, I believe there's a possibility of a big furry guy. A little furry guy.
I think there definitely could be.
Yeah.
All right. What's your other topic you got? You got Pirate Pete.
Pirate Pete.
Pirate Pete. We got Venezuela and game shows. Blake, which way you want to go?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. All right. So this one's real. They're moving
Everybody.
Yeah. Into that area. And he said he was going to go after the fentanyl. And the tough guy,
Maduro?
yes,
Who
in Venezuela,
right.
he's shaking his fist and being real tough. 2 weeks from now, I want to hear how tough he is.
Hey, look, he could be like Noriega.
Because it's real. Yeah, if it's like Noriega, you're going to get trapped in there, and we're going to blast some of the worst music.
Right, Black Sabbath. Sorry, Ozzy.
Yeah, worst music you think is the worst music we love. And you're going to find out how American can be when you shake your fist at America. Because he can't be doing that. Because he has let the cartel run his country, and he's just been greasing the beak. And Trump's finally saying, all right, you want to keep doing that? This isn't how we play it here. So this is the part of Trump I do like. There's a lot of things I don't like about him, but this is the part of Trump I do like. Fentanyl is probably the number one killer in the homeless population. People don't realize it.
Okay.
And it's because they don't have the money to get just simple marijuana,
right?
And get their card and do it right and do that things because they can't pass certain checks and all of that stuff. So they're buying it from every Joe Schmo that's mixing it together. And, I know of at least 3 last year, 2 of them on Holmes Boulevard last year that died because of fentanyl in drugs that they bought on the street.
It just doesn't seem to be a good, business model.
Mm-hmm.
If you're killing off your clientele, how are you making money?
Yeah.
And drug dealers as a rule aren't stupid, and they're very greedy.
Yeah.
So, I find that confusing to begin with. But so how is it getting through from Venezuela here? Little tiny submarines?
Yeah. The
southern border is virtually shut down, and the amount of fentanyl that in theory has come through the southern border has diminished dramatically.
Well, I think there's a reason we've been sinking boats lately. So I don't.
That was just today. Was the first one that they admitted to?
I don't think that we admitted to.
Right.
I don't think things have changed even since the cocaine cowboy days. I think they got
fast boat.
I think they got better. Fast boat, abandoned the boat. Low flying plane, abandoned the plane. They just leave the plane. They because what it's carrying is worth way more than actually the plane. And sometimes the planes and boats are stolen anyway.
Right.
Okay, so that's a factor also.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people really realize that how many planes actually do get stolen by these crime organizations. So it's a pretty scary number.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of flexing of muscles right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see how far. I don't really want to see how far Maduro takes it. I think he needs to, kind of either come in line and get his country in line.
Oh,
because if he's killing Americans, which I feel he is killing Americans because of the drug situation, then he needs to be held accountable the same as the people that are the terrorists that are trying to drop bombs on us.
Okay.
So that's my personal feeling on it. And I don't think he's a good dude. Noriega wasn't a good dude.
There's questions about the legitimacy of his presidency.
Yeah. Well, the last one clearly was not straight up. He is a dictator.
Right.
There's a difference between what Americans are calling Trump as a dictator and what this guy actually did. So, so I think this is a story. I think this is a story that we need to keep our eye on.
I think it's going to be interesting because,
I think it's going to get settled within the next 2 weeks.
And then he's going to claim he ended another war and demand his Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But, look, it's interesting that America is going to be the aggressor in starting a war in theory instead of, going in and trying to end one or wade into the middle of one that we weren't involved in.
Sorry, the war on drugs started in the 80s.
How successful has that been?
Well, they had the wrong man leading it.
Who? Just pick one.
Reagan's the one who started it, and he was giving weapons to the other side.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sorry,
but it's been a progression.
And sorry for you Republican loving Reagan lovers. I'm not as big a fan of Reagan as a lot of other people are. I think he did an adequate job with what happens with Russia. I think that was about the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know a lot of people that he needs to be on Mount Rushmore and all this bullshit.
Oh, stop.
So no, I'm not that guy. You can't pee on my boot and tell me it's raining. And
he's also another one who is the poster child for age restrictions at the top end of being a president.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be 35 to start. 75 should be like, your expiration date.
And he, there was reports that he had already started on his dementia trail at the end of his presidency on the second half.
And Nancy was very protective of him.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, yeah, no. The war on drugs, if it really would have wanted to be attacked, it should have been attacked in the 80s. We let it get out of control. We let, and that's going through Republican, Democrat, Democrat.
Yeah.
Republican, Republican, Democrat,
Democrat.
Republican, Democrat, Republican. Right. So it's time to end it.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So it is time to end it.
And it's also evolved too, because it used to be heroin, cocaine, and marijuana, and now it's opioids and fentanyl and synthetic opioids, and
well, there's a lot more to choose from now.
Absolutely.
So and there's a lot more avenues to get it. And Josh said the war on drugs was successful. I don't know where the success came from. I can tell you right now from what I'm seeing on the street. So
okay.
So I think Josh, if you want to give me a quick Reader's Digest definition of where you think it was successful, because I didn't see it, and I lived through the 80s, so and that was it. That was in my drug days.
Put a lot of people of color in prison.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
I don't know
three strikes.
I don't know if that was the goal, but that was Clinton. It certainly was somebody's goal.
That was Clinton. He thought it was a good idea at the 3 strikes, and on marijuana use, and yeah. So I
Still
don't
a pack of gum. I'm doing life.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. 3rd strike. So, and 80% of those probably that was successful, but that 20% that got caught up in it, terrible plan. But the business of jails became a financial boom for the government, and that's you want to find the problem, follow the money.
Right. For-profit prisons are, just self-perpetuating.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm on the 3 strikes thing. Like I said, 80 to 90%. Those people probably needed to be in jail and incarcerated for what they did. There is a small, minute group, and I know people are going to say, oh, well, look at the numbers. Okay, you can look at the numbers if you really want to look at the numbers. If there's a violent crime in those 3, you fall in that first. You fall in that first one. Right. Very few of those are 3 possession charges.
Stealing packs of gum.
Yeah,
right.
Very few of those are 3 possession charges.
I mean, there's a lot of sad cases where, you did something bad, and then you did something stupid, and that's the one that clinks you up for life. So you shouldn't have done something. You shouldn't have done the bad things in the first place.
Yeah.
Let alone,
Yeah, you shouldn't have done the violent crime or the other ones that are attached. And if you got one of those on there, sorry, you're on that list for me. But all right, so Venezuela, I'm saying let's keep an eye on it.
It'll be fun.
So I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a story that's going to evolve. I think it's going to evolve quickly. It might be on our list day by day.
Look, it's not the Department of Defense anymore. It's going to be the Department of War. We aren't soldiers. We're war fighters. This is becoming a hugely militaristic country under this administration, and they are proud and bragging their ass about it. We're tough, and we're going to kick anybody because we don't believe in peace. We believe in war fighting.
Well, we always have, Lenny.
Nah.
Yeah, we always have. When have we not been at war? What's the longest stretch we have not been at war? Democrats or Republicans, what's the longest stretch?
Hard to say, because they're not our wars.
Of countries, yeah, but we're fighting them.
Right.
We're fighting
Which is
them
also
for other
different.
countries. At least this one we're fighting for ourselves.
Okay,
This one's one we're fighting to protect our own people.
good.
So the other ones, I didn't always agree. We shouldn't have been there.
Right, we waited
We
until
shouldn't have been there.
Right,
We shouldn't have been there.
Absolutely.
So I'm with
what
you.
good is that
I'm
done
with
then?
you. But the thing is it's. I think the longest gap in not being a war in the 250 years is only like 15 years.
Maybe.
It's some really small number, because you got to count the Seminole Indian Wars. You got to count all those. You got to count the Mexican Wars.
Moving out to the west. Exactly.
So you got to count all those as wars. So I mean, I'd be interested, Blake, if you can quick Google like what's the longest stretch the U.S. has not had an active war.
And do Google. Don't do AI. AI is making shit up.
Yeah.
Just like we are.
Yeah, but we say it with confidence.
And Josh is right. We're back to following the money. Profit off of war.
Hey,
So-
Eisenhower warned about the military-industrial complex, and it's just gotten bigger.
So, all right. So we got that. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Let's hit one more topic. I'm interested in Private Pete.
Pirate Pete.
Pirate Pete.
It's a quickie, sure.
Pirate Pete, and then we're going to do 5 questions. We can hold game shows until tomorrow.
And Batman.
Yeah. Oh, you got Batman up there?
Well, it's a quickie. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
In Fernandina Beach.
Fernandina Beach.
Thank you.
Got it.
There's been a pirate statue. Pirate Pete has been in front of their welcome center since 1978.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little decrepit.
Okay.
He's falling apart.
Needs a facelift.
He needs a whole body lift. His hook is falling off. His wood is rotting. The whole thing is just.
I hate it when my wood rots.
That's a you problem.
Okay.
Might want to go check that out.
Yeah, I probably need to see someone.
Never mind. I'll leave that one alone for the time being.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
Leave it to the professionals.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. All right,
tough.
Geppetto. Peg Leg Pete is the pirate statue, and they want to talk about moving it to Amelia Island's Museum of History in front of there. But it's been there since 1978. And they've all decided that the thing is falling apart, the wood is rotting. They're about to take it down. They've already commissioned a local young man named Jet Paxton to hand carve a new one.
Okay.
He's carved that. There's a pirate club there that's working on a replacement sword. There's the high school or the kids that
When you
painted
have
the whole
rotting
thing.
wood, it's important to have a replacement sword.
Yes.
Okay.
There are drugs for that.
Yeah.
We can-
That's what Josh said.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Josh, I wasn't reading. I'm with you, baby. Be that as it may, a credible source
Okay.
called up the people that were involved in this and said,
Long John Silver.
you can't move the statue because there's human remains in it.
Oh.
And apparently it's a real credible source. Of course, they said, well, if you're a credible source, tell us whose remains are it. You remember when, I'm going to forget the
Jimmy
dude's
Hoffa.
name. Maybe.
Most of the time, right?
Who was the military guy that had the obelisk on the University of Florida property in back of the government building?
I know
across the street from-
it was on state property.
Yeah, yeah.
That was managed by University of Florida.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
and he was, he was
like the 5 war general.
right. Egypt, Confederate, American. It wasn't Kirby Smith. It was
Kirby Smith. Kirby Smith is
house.
at the Historic
Yeah.
Society's
Right.
area.
Library.
Yeah.
But to say, but point of the matter was,
He was like the young general or whatever he is.
right.
And
And I used to know his name, but I don't remember. his name,
I did too, and I drew a blank as
Yep,
soon as you
yep.
said it. I bet it's on the test.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It could be. Well, it's gone now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But apparently his cremains were buried in the base of the statue.
Yeah.
That's the concept here, is that there's somebody's cremains in it, or ashes. I guess cremains, because it's, ashes are not really the case.
Yeah.
So they have to vet that and then decide what to do with it, because if that's the case, they built a brand new pedestal to put this thing on. They got everything ready to go. But somebody said, well, wait a second, there's human remains in there. And for a while, I'm just thinking that they just, put paper mache over somebody's skeleton and did it that way.
But so imagine having your remains on a statue that looks like this.
Right. Is that the old one or the new one?
You know what? My remains wouldn't care.
Exactly.
You're dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. My family might not like it.
Not sure that that's not the new one, Blake. You have his hand?
I can scroll down. There.
That's the old one because if he's missing his hook, yeah, that's the old one. So that's the one that's falling apart.
Gotcha.
And somewhere in that pedestal may or may not be somebody's cremains.
Do we know who it is?
They keep asking, so the credible source hasn't acknowledged who the cremains are.
Yeah. I mean, there should be DNA that should be able to associate with the families of whoever it is and determine if that's really who it is.
Well, I mean, if somebody
if
knows there's cremains in there, they should know who it is anyway. If it's a credible source, they should have more information if the source
If
is
it's
credible.
like Dave, the construction guy who put on put him on the pedestal, not to belittle Dave's relevance, but I mean, if somebody
Dave's not home.
Dave's not home, man.
Dave's not here. But the other problem is the fact that it's perilous and they're afraid it's going to fall and crush somebody or hurt somebody. So they got to get it out of there regardless.
Right.
And if the cremains are in the base,
Are
the
people
base is
fighting
fine.
against it being moved? Is that what it is?
Not so much.
Okay.
Because they're going to move it in front of the historical museum.
It's not like the hoopla that we had around the
the
Civil War stuff.
Right,
Yeah, the Confederate stuff.
right.
So, all right, 5 questions. It is time. We're saving game shows for tomorrow. So, Josh, you're prepared for the game shows topic.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So, funny you should mention it. You know what my first question is?
What's that?
What's your favorite board game?
My favorite board game. All right, Blake, I'm going to let you go first. What is your favorite board game?
I'm going to say the Game of Life.
Game of Life.
I like that one a whole lot when I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid. Yeah, but I went with Stratego.
Stratego. I played it just a handful of times.
I like that game.
That Stratego and Risk were never really,
Risk I never got into. Never played a game. of Risk.
and I played a lot of games when I was, doing after school programs and stuff like that. So I don't know if you consider this a board game or not, but Connect 4 is a game that I really like. And it's like tic-tac-toe, but it's
Drop 'em down the
drop
slot.
drop them down the slot. You got to get 4 in a row, and there is some skill and some strategy to it.
I don't know if it counts as a board game, but it's fun.
Yeah. So and the other one I like, I don't know if it counts as a board game, but I like Battleship too. My sister if you're watching, I know you cheated. She cheated all the time on it.
I mean, I could probably consider that a board game because you play.
Would you
play it
consider
and you get
either one of
bored.
those board games, Blake? Do I need to come up with another answer?
Those work as board games.
They work as board games.
Okay.
I mean, and we played a lot of Parcheesi when I was growing up
Parcheesi
too,
for sure, yeah.
And that's one of the older ones.
Sorry, did you play Sorry?
Played Sorry.
Sorry for sure.
Yeah, Sorry. Played Parcheesi. Played Clue. Blake's never played Clue. I
Really?
believe.
Really?
I never played Clue before, but for some
We
reason,
went and saw the movie last week.
But yeah, for some reason, I wanted to go see the movie though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I watched ending number 1.
So because they had 3 different endings, right?
Yes, the ending. Is it okay if I say spoilers?
Well, I mean,
movie's been out for how many years?
It's been out for 40
Yes, it
years, so I
has,
think
so-
you're good.
Okay, then never mind. Then.
It was Miss Scarlet that did it.
Yes, I got the one where Miss Scarlet was the one that killed the last 3 bodies, but then also Yvette killed Mr. Body.
Yeah, Mr. Body is the one that's in the envelope, the dead person.
Okay.
So, all right. I did like Clue when I was a kid, but I would say my favorite.
And I like
just
Life as well. That was a fun one.
If I'm allowed to take Connect 4 is
You're allowed to take Connect 4.
all right.
I will allow that. All right.
All right.
Now this one I set up just for you
All right.
because not counting cookies, i.e. Oreos,
Mhm.
or ice cream.
Mhm.
What is your favorite dessert? It can be a dessert from a restaurant. I would prefer a menu dessert from a restaurant, but I will accept a homemade dessert as well because somebody's going to go with banana pudding, and it's not
he
me.
will.
That's why. Well, that's why I took out Oreos and ice cream.
All right. All right, mine's going to be a little bit different because I only really get this when I'm in Vegas, specifically at Gordon Ramsay restaurants. Sticky toffee pudding.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Okay.
He likes his sticky toffee pudding.
I might find a recipe for that and make one for you.
And mine is my mom's banana pudding.
Cool.
So, and there used to be, my mom made a cinnamon glaze like cake, and I might need to get the recipe called a socket to me cake or something like that.
Socket-to-me.
Yeah,
But you
and
mix
then
it.
my sister made an eclair cake with all the ingredients of
Okay.
eclair, and that was with graham crackers and some other stuff. So I might need to get that recipe now that we just brought it up. But I'm going to go with my mom's banana pudding being my favorite dessert,
Okay.
which could be a meal in my world.
Nice. Well, then I'm going to make something for you. I just took a recipe out of the paper for a banana pudding Paris-Brest. Paris-Brest is...
I don't know who Perry is, but if she wants to show, is it Katy Perry's breast?
No.
Different. Okay.
Paris as in Paris.
Oh.
Paris-Brest.
Perry.
There is a bicycle race.
Not Perry. Perry.
Paris to the city of Brest.
Oh, okay.
And
A breast? Or just breast?
I think it's B-R-E-S-T.
But it's not a breast.
No. Well, no, it's not next to it. No, because then it would be next to it, and then it would be a very short
It's
race.
breast.
Right.
That would be cool if the suburb of Brest was called a breast.
As opposed to Brest adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay.
A breast. You know, you got the city of Brest,
Right.
and then right next to it, the suburb of Brest.
Okay.
So
Moving on.
I think it's a marketing genius. We should go there and invest.
Okay. Why don't we?
Buy land right next to Brest.
Exactly. And rename it.
Yeah.
Right.
And on the other side, we put in Brazier. It would be better if Brest was a twin city.
I'm staying so far away from this one right now because
You took me there.
I'm just trying to educate you.
Okay. All right.
So a Paris-Brest is a pâte à choux type of dessert. Pâte à choux is a cream puff or what you would fill for an eclair. Okay. It's a very flaky, crispy, hollow pastry. And a Paris-Brest is a pastry made to celebrate that race. So it's a circular thing. They split it and they put a pastry cream inside and then put slivered almonds on top.
Sounds great.
Okay. But this one calls for banana pudding in the middle of it.
In the center.
Yes.
Oh.
Instead of the pastry cream.
Oh.
So I'm going to be working on that
already.
one.
That already
I'm gonna
sounds
be
amazing.
Working on that one.
All right. Josh had warm apple cobbler. Not a hater on that.
Okay.
Or his mom's pound cake.
Toasted or not?
Yeah.
Sometimes toasted pound cake is right where it's at.
Toasted's all right.
Yeah.
A little warm, little melted butter on it.
Oh, yeah. Melted butter with a little vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I hate on that.
Okay.
And Amish friendship bread. Now I'm going to have to look that one up. I don't know exactly what that is, but everything I've had from the Amish that leads with Amish has been pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Well, they're simple and straightforward. They don't gild the proverbial lily.
Yeah.
And mine would be a well-made tiramisu.
a well-made tiramisu. Okay. All right.
Because there's been some real not so well-made ones out there.
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, the cannolis at Amici's.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. So might have
telling you.
to get one of those tomorrow night.
Yep.
So. all
Okay.
right.
So that's question number 2. Number 3.
Mhm.
It's $1.3 billion tomorrow. Do you play the lottery regularly? Blake, do you play the lottery regularly?
Mainly scratch offs for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I play it. I play on a regular basis, and yes, I will have at least 10 tickets tomorrow.
Okay. I've got 3, and that's all I need because one of them's a winner.
Yeah, you only really need one.
Correct.
So and the number 5 I had on the Powerball, my 10 I had it twice as the Powerball, but it didn't match up with anything else.
Well, that's why, I play. Usually I do a quick pick, but I went back to the card that I had that had 3 sets of numbers on them. And, one of them had 5 as the Powerball. So I got $12, so it was a wash. So I said, give me my ticket.
Okay.
My wife is a big fan of scratchers.
Okay.
Big fan of scratchers.
Blake's a scratcher.
Yeah.
And he does it so quick. Like, I am methodical about it. Like, I'll scratch off one thing and I'll see which, I actually have, this is the OCD in me. So I'll scratch off, like, what the value is before I scratch off the number. And then
Really does that,
whatever the highest value is, that's where I start.
Okay.
And then I work my way down to whatever the lowest one is and rooting for that victory to come before you get to the lowest one.
Yeah.
Or before you get to 0.
Yes.
So it's kind of the way I do it.
That's why, 2 things. I check to see what have remaining prizes left. Because it really sucks to find out that the $2 million has been already won elsewhere, and you're scratching for $26.50. Also, I like doing like the crossword puzzle ones.
See, those
or
are my
the-
least favorite.
Oh, because they take some time. Otherwise, you may as well be like the people that you see in the store. They buy it, they scratch off the barcode, and they put it in the machine to see if they won. They don't scratch off anything else. They just see if it's.
I don't even see the fun in that.
I know at all.
Blake's pretty quick like that. Like, he'll go in with like 5 and come back before I finish 1.
That's what Josh just said. He does the same thing. He scratches off the barcode and puts it under the machine.
Yeah.
What fun is that?
Okay. I do actually do the scratch off. I used to do just barcode only.
Until I made fun of you enough to like
Yes.
enjoy the. I wanted you to enjoy the process, the build up. Because if you're a true gambler, the best thing to do is to win a close bet. The second best thing you would think is to win a blowout. It's not. It's to lose a close bet.
Right.
Because then you got the bragging
so
of,
there, right.
you know, if it hits off the crossbar and you lose, it's a great story.
Right.
And I don't gamble enough to make it hurt.
Right.
So I prefer the story over the $6 I won.
Right.
You know, and you know, but I know a lot of people gamble enough to make it hurt. So
Yeah, it's
probably not everybody believes that, but
Fortunately,
I still
I have my gambling under control.
I can tell you this. When I didn't have my gambling under control, the ones I remember are not the wins.
Right.
It's those close losses.
Right.
And Mark Jackson.
No.
Wait. John Starks, not Mark Jackson. I always got those guys, both cards, same era. But John Starks one night killed me back-to-back nights. All right? The one night, he was like an 80% free throw shooter. He had to hit one of two for me to cover. He missed both ends at the end of the game of free throws. Yeah. All right? So I lose that game against the Knicks. So he was a guard for the Knicks. The next night, completely covered, got the game covered. John Starks throws up a shot at half court. It didn't mean anything. Nothing to the game. 3 points. Covers in the other direction. John Starks is my all-time gambling nemesis. And all my friends who were around me, like, he just hates you. I was like, I don't know this dude. But if I ever met him, I would tell him those stories and be like, you owe me like at least $18.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing worse than, you know, a game's a blowout and you've got the spread covered and they either go into a prevent defense or do something stupid, and then there is an absolutely meaningless to the outcome of the game score that screws you out of your cover.
Mm-hmm. It's horrible. But those are the ones you remember.
Oh yeah,
makes for a good story.
Got a lot of them. Okay.
All right.
What was your first car?
My first car was a 1977 MGB.
Ooh,
so
nice
it was fast, and it was horrible. I think the maker of it was like British Leyland or something like that, but it should have been POS because every other Sunday the thing broke down.
Only on Sundays.
It seemed like it happened on Sunday. My sister borrowed it because my dad got a good deal on it, and like I said, it was a POS. I mean, it was not a great car, and definitely shouldn't have been my first car. But my sister borrowed it before I'd actually turned 16, and she didn't pull over when it doesn't have a radiator in it. It has a fan cooling system in it.
Air cooled.
And that it overheated and the fan had broke, and she kept driving. And she burned up my engine. So before I even got the car, I had to replace the motor because my sister burned up my car. I was like, thanks, Pooh. Yeah, my sister's name is Pooh.
Okay. Winnie.
Yeah, her first name's Winona.
Oh, there you go. Blake?
First car? Oh, geez. First, so it should have been a Ford conversion fan that we got from the auction house. Mm-hmm. However, though, it had an engine. It just didn't
it ran. We couldn't get the title for it.
What?
That was a title issue. It ran, and a matter of fact, when Jacob took it for a ride before we figured out the whole title thing, the hood flew up and broke the windshield. He was driving down like 207, and the hood flew up and broke the windshield. He replaced the windshield for us, and then the second car, your first real car was what?
The Land Rover.
Yeah, the Land Rover.
Dude, wait, hold on.
See if you can find a picture of that Land Rover.
Yeah. Mine was a Pontiac Tempest that I had got from my aunt, which was good because the car she had before that was a Studebaker that had a push-button transmission.
Okay.
But this was a Pontiac Tempest.
And my grandfather had a Chrysler that had that push-button.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it had at one point in time, it sort of had a Landau roof that had sort of disintegrated. So the roof was kind of rusty. It was a weird green color. And I drove it, and I had it up at school for a while. and I drove it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months without a speedometer and odometer.
Here's
the cable came out.
Here's the Land Rover.
There's his Land Rover. We painted it like a Royal bomber,
Okay.
and it had an air horn in it. There's the air horn right there.
There's a lot of them, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you had to let it run for that to build up and turn it on, and then it
was loud.
It was loud, dude. It was loud. So, we put way too much money in that. That was your dad. Your dad had too much freedom on that one. So you and I went a little crazy on it.
Okay. All right. 5th question.
5th and final question of the day. So yours was a Tempest?
Pontiac Tempest, yeah.
Okay, what year?
That was a 69, I believe.
69. Yeah. Pretty cool car.
It was fine. It might have been 65 because it was really in pretty beat up shape. Like I said, the steering cable came out of it. And, I guess it was 69 because I was driving it in 79 and 80.
Yeah. I can tell you this, my MGB, my baseball team would pick it up, and if there was cars parked on either side of me, they'd put it at an angle where I could never get out, because you could pick up one side or the other at a time,
right.
And they would do that, like they would go front to back, and pick up my car and put it where and it was a convertible, so they would, if I left the roof down, they'd just take and dump. We played a lot of practical jokes on it.
I see that.
I shouldn't have put all their houses for sale at one time. I did. Sorry about that, Eddie. My bad.
Anybody buy them?
The mailman asked for a price.
Nice.
That's when, because no one used your front door. Everyone came through the garage.
Right. Okay.
And the front door was over there, and that's where. But no one used that, so I put it to where I could see how many days it would actually stay there without them noticing, and it stayed almost a week before they actually figured out that their house was for sale.
Very nice. Okay. County Fair, State Fair, World's Fair. What's either your favorite midway game or your guilty pleasure fair food?
Fair food. I'm gonna go with my fair food is probably the elephant ear.
Okay.
It's just
There's a comic strip in the paper yesterday that said, Ralph thought this was a really good idea, but apparently it didn't take off. And it was elephant butts. Because elephant ears are so popular, why wouldn't an elephant butt be popular?
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. So that was one of those one panel strips yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, never was a candy apple guy. Can I change my answer?
Sure.
Cotton candy. Would you consider that carnival food?
Sure.
Because I get
Where else you getting it?
I get cotton candy at the ballpark too, so it's kind of a ballpark and carnival food.
Yeah, but at the carnival, sometimes they do it right before you in the machine, and they see it. At the ballpark, it's already under plastic wrap, and it's coming down on a big
but it's
thing.
just pure diabetes.
Sugar. Absolutely.
Diabetes in a bag.
Yep.
So,
good stuff.
as far as the
Funnel
games,
cakes, yeah.
far as the games go, I was really good because I was so small. I was really good at the climbing the ladder and ringing the bell.
Okay.
All right. And the key to that is you ask them not to hold on to it when you get on. Because what happens is you have your balance, and then when they let go, it changes everything. So you just say, hey, I don't want you to hold on to it. And then they go, you kind of know the trick.
Right.
And the other one is the throw the softball in the basket.
Yeah.
All right. The key to that is, hey, can you leave a ball in there?
So it does. So
you hit that ball and it flattens out.
Right.
So those are the two keys to. I should have been a carny.
Yeah.
But even as a young guy, I figured out, like, watching it, going, okay, they always fall when he lets go. And I was like, hey, can I just do it without? And usually because a young kid and everybody else is around, they let you get away with it. So, and it's still hard. It's it's just I was so little that the weight distribution was fine. So as far as carnival games, I think that was the one that I probably had the most success with. Yeah. And now I wouldn't have any.
I was always good with the blow up the balloon and you shoot the water gun into the clown's mouth and blow up the balloon.
Yeah.
I was an ace at that. So that was my favorite game for the longest time. And by the way, if you're doing shitty, all you just do is turn and shoot the first next.
Yeah.
Get thrown right out.
Throw them off that game.
Exactly. Yep. No problem there. And I almost got thrown out of the 1964 World's Fair in Flushing Meadow. We were there with my Aunt B, who I got the car from, her neighbor, Mary Stankard, and it must have been my mother. and we're there, and we're in the Irish Pavilion. And you go through the Irish Pavilion, and now you're sitting in this nice area, and we're drinking Irish coffees, including me at 6 years old.
I was going to say you're 6 years old.
Yep. They did not like that too terribly much.
Oh, really?
And you should have seen Maggie Stankin in her Irish accent that was so thick it was hard to understand the woman. She was great. She was one of my Aunt dearest friends. And man, she was going, "Hey, you can have it, leave him alone."
Yeah.
But oh boy, yeah.
Yeah. So, Blake, what about you? What was your food?
I was going with the Irish coffee, but I'm a big fan of anything that's not deep fried butter.
Okay.
Every now and again, I'll go for like a deep fried Milky Way.
Okay. All right. I like the deep fried Oreos.
Yeah.
So nothing with an Oreo is bad.
I was gonna say deep fried lemonade.
Okay, I have to.
What is deep fried?
I don't know. He's a bright young man. I'll believe him, but
Is that a real thing?
I believe so.
Okay, you've never had it. I thought he's just making up. He's making up
know.
ingredients.
I know.
Did you ever figure out what's the longest we went without war?
I think it was only like 3 years, 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it was some ridiculous number. It was a
We're like
crazy number.
250 years, and we got 3 of them without a war.
Yeah.
Go figure.
So, all right. This is Bollocks this evening.
Let's
Thank
do this
you,
again
Lenny.
tomorrow.
We're going to do this again tomorrow.
Wager Wire.
We got Wager Wire,
Yeah, yeah.
and we got football season. We are now in football season. That doesn't mean we don't love our baseball guys.
No, we got
But
'em.
we're excited about it. Blake's going to start a new show, I think, this weekend called The Reaction.
I'm looking forward to that.
So we want to see how that turns out. But we're excited, you guys. We'll see you in the morning and again tomorrow night.
I will report back on my fantasy draft tomorrow.
All right. Good luck with that. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right.